Hello, weird and wonderful people. My name is Malachi Frost, and welcome back to Malachi Does Things While Wifey's Not Home. I've once again seized my opportunity to take over the kitchen, and today we're cooking something that was recommended in the comments of the last speed cooking video, and that's to try and speed cook sushi. Originally, this was going to be a complete speed cook video, but after opening the box, I realized that I actually have to cook the sushi rice like ages in advance to allow it to cool for the sushi to even work. So we already cooked the sushi rice in full speed cook style. I burnt it. We are going to forge ahead and use the rice anyway. I'm going to try and make 3 different types of sushi today. I'm going to make a chicken sushi, a vegetable sushi, and a classic fishy sushi. I'm going to try and do it all as quickly as possible via the speed cook rules. So at the moment, nothing is really chopped or ready. The hot thing behind me is not heated up yet. We are ready to go. Just realized I don't have a timer. Give me a second. And starting now. So first thing I want to do is preheat my hot thing. I don't know how long the chicken's going to take in the hot thing, but then what I want to do is I'm going to quickly peel my cucumber. Now I don't need to do much else to the cucumber other than peel it and cut it up. So peeling my cucumber first was purely only because it was there and I panicked. Now throw all that stuff on the floor. We can clean up later. Wifey's not home. That's the whole point of these videos. What we actually needed to be doing was getting our pumpkin ready, because our pumpkin's going to need a little bit of time in the microwave to soften up enough that we can put it into the sushis. Also, if I'm yelling, I'm sorry, I'm already stressed. Now, originally, I wanted to have long strips of pumpkin, but I cut the pumpkin the wrong way. So now we're going to have short strips, and we'll just have more of them, I guess. This is good. This is good. We're going for a speed cook. So if things are long and thin, these will just cook a little bit quicker, you know? That's going to be good. It's good. It's planned. This was all planned. None of this was me stuffing up. I haven't stuffed up yet. Shut up. Get the little pumpkin pieces. I'm going to put them in here because we are going to microwave them to try and soften them up enough that we can put them in the sushi in a moment. Trying to get just long strips of pumpkin. I'm going to microwave all of it. We're not going to use this. We're not going to use the fat chunks of pumpkin. We are just going to use the long, thin strips of pumpkin in the sushi. But I want to cook it all up just so, I got some snacking pumpkin. That's what we want. Snacking pumpkin. We're just going to put it in water and chuck it in the microwave. The hot thing is ready to go. So we're going to take our piece of chicken schnitzel. We're going to chuck it in the hot thing, get that cooking. Next, we're going to start slicing our cucumber into the longer strips. Now, this is what we wanted for the pumpkin, but I screwed it up. So we want nice long strips of cucumber that are going to sit in with the pumpkin. And to be perfectly honest, they're probably... don't lose your fingers, dude. Wifey's not home to take you to the hospital. The cucumber is really what's going to be holding the vegetable sushi together now that I've screwed up the pumpkin. I'm going to cut up the rest just because I can, because then I can wipe down the surface and get ready to actually start making the first of our sushi. I'm going to cut the seeds out from the middle of it just so I feel like I've achieved something. The chicken is cooking rather nicely behind me. Let's clean off the bench. Now we're going to get into our sushi kit. Now in here we have our bamboo mat. Just so everyone is aware, this is the first time I have ever made sushi. So please forgive me that it's going to be a horrible, horrible mess. I'm going to take one sheet of seaweed, place it shiny side down. Then we're going to grab some of our lovely sticky cold sushi rice, and we're just going to put that in the middle, kind of smoothing it down nice and even. Now the instructions that I read once upon a long, it feels like a long time ago now, said to try and keep it about 1 centimeter from the edge. So I'm going to try and do that and try and keep it evenly spaced out. So I'm going to put a little bit more in there. And this is going to be our fish sushi, our salmon smoked salmon sushi. And these bits here, they're not burnt. That's extra flavor sushi. Those bits there, they're not burnt. That's charcoal's good for your digestion. This rice is really sticky. I can't get it. So we're gonna get our smoked salmon, and we're just going to cut it into long strips, trying to mutilate it as much as possible as we go, and then lay it over like so. You might be wondering, Malachi, is there a reason you're doing long strips of sushi and laying it over like so? Or are you just freeballing it at this point and panicking and because you can hear the chicken behind you and you're worried that it's burning? And to that I'd say, shut up! And the answer is yes. I did have a plan. All right, that's theoretically the pumpkin ready. I had a plan. I thought it'd be easier to roll if I cut it into things. I'm not sure. The chicken's doing something behind me. Now we're going to add some sriracha mayonnaise to pretty much everything here because I love sriracha mayonnaise. So add a little bit of sriracha mayonnaise over the whole thing. The actual rolling of my sushi. The first sushi that I have ever rolled in my life. Now, and then you tuck it in, and then you keep rolling it, but without the cling wrap getting stuck in it. If you can roll it without the cling wrap getting stuck in it, that's the secret to a successful sushi roll. And I did roll it without the sushi getting stuck in it. I'm going to put the cling wrap over it like so. And that's sushi roll. And then I've seen someone online twist it like that. And that's sushi roll number 1. I'm going to put all the sushi rolls on a plate in the fridge and I'll deal with it later. Now, new piece of cling wrap. I'm going to cut this piece of cling wrap a little bit bigger. The last one was a little small. So I'm going to cut this one a little bit big. That's the same size. How did I do that? So we're going to get our second sushi ready, which is going to be our vegetable sushi. So we're going to put more sushi rice. We're going to break it up a little bit. And we're going to get more sushi rice onto the roll, ready to go. This one's the vegetable sushi. I do need to check the chicken because the chicken might be burning, but I will check the chicken in just a second. So let's get the sushi rice in with its perfectly strategic and totally on purpose charcoal nubs. Let's get that squished in and on and ready. I also do want to point out, those of you who've been here for a while, just zone out for a second. You know this, but to all you new people, make sure to like the video, comment down below if you think I'm a total idiot. But also, I just want you guys to be aware that at no point during these videos do I try to mess up. I do genuinely want to make something fun and edible. Just want to make it really quickly. So now we're going to put some this. Probably only going to use 2 bits out of the entire cucumber that I cut up. We're just going to use 2 bits like so. We're then going to try and grab the pumpkin out. I'm going to put the pumpkin in the middle like so. We're going to try and shove as much vegetables. Ow, ow, ow. Dirty hands. Now this might not work because we are rolling it hot, but we'll do our best. So get that. Now I think this is where I screwed up last time, is I let it go too soft too early. Don't make up your own jokes. No, keep it in there. Roll it over. Try and get my head out of the way. It was a cooking video where you guys were just staring at the top of my head the entire time. Alright, then roll that over onto the nori, which I think is the name for the sushi. I don't know. And then don't be afraid to hurt him as we roll it over. Roll it up in the plastic wrap and twist it to try and get it to hold a shape. I don't even care if it's a round shape at this point. I just want it to hold a shape. And then we'll put that in the fridge with the other one. Welcome to the big reveal of the chicken. That's actually not anywhere near as bad as I was expecting it to be. So we're going to grab the chicken, which is nicely crispied, and we want just a few chunks of the chicken that is going to go on. A few nice chunks. We're not going to use all of this, obviously, in the sushi. We're just going to use a few of them. Probably those middle two, maybe. So let's set up our sushi thing again. Let's turn off the hot thing. Kitchen safety. Always turn off the hot thing when you're done with it. And when I say the hot thing in the kitchen, I mean this. That's the only hot thing in the kitchen. Wifey's not home. It's called damage control. Here's a little bit of a married tip for you. If you're making a video where you trash the kitchen, mention how attractive your wife is a few times during the video. It's not going to get you out of trouble, but at least on your tombstone it might say, he tried. Chuck more squidgy sushi rice on here. So my last two sushi seem to be a little baggy. I don't know whether that's because I put not enough rice in, or whether I put too much in, or maybe it's just too thick. I don't know. Like, I know that it's supposed to go, like, the rice is supposed to wrap all the way around whatever filling you're using. So maybe I'm using the right amount of rice, but I'm just not, like, squishing it out far enough, you know? So this time we're going to try around the same amount of rice. I'm just going to push it a little further, a little flatter, and a little wider. I'm going to turn it around, however. Rice hands! For anyone who knows me personally, you'll know that I hate things stuck to my hands. And we put our sticks of chicken in like so. Like that. And then down the middle, just because I've got a lot of it left, we're going to put some cucumber in the middle. Sriracha mayo. Oh, excuse me. That's what I'm going to sound like after I eat all this sriracha mayo. And then try and keep it all in. Then grab the cling wrap, flick the sushi in, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Continue rolling. Give it a little squish and roll out. Ah! It's as baggy as the others were. Adding more rice but squishing it thinner didn't seem to work. Maybe it's just a technique thing. Technique not really being something that Malachi's are good at. That is 3 sushi rolls done. Now, let's actually see if they work. Number 1 is the smoked salmon sushi. The first sushi that I have ever made. It's a little baggy. Okay, so apparently my knife isn't sharp enough. Doesn't that look scrumptious? So what we've learned from the salmon sushi is that A, my knife's not sharp enough to cut through sushi, and B, all of the salmon is at the top and the rice is just at the bottom. It's not wrapped all the way around. So salmon sushi is a fail. But I'm still going to go and put it on Hedwig's plate because Hedwig's hungry. There's your salmon sushi. I'll get you the rest in a second. Mind your manners. Right, so that's your salmon sushi. What do you want next? Vegetable sushi? Vegetable sushi. Hedwig would like the vegetable sushi next. By this point, by the second one we made, I think I was getting the hang of it. You know, this, it feels more solid. Also going to use a different knife just in case that helps. Okay, it's cutting a little cleaner. All right, this one's a lot better. I'm liking this one a lot better than the first. Until that last one. Let's just get rid of that last one. No one needs to see that last one. So the vegetable sushi is holding together a lot better. The rice still hasn't gone all the way around the vegetables. The vegetables are still sitting on the edge. But it held together a lot more. It could just be because I had a better knife. I think that almost looks passable. So I'm going to call the vegetable sushi a soft pass. Not a definite pass, but an improvement over the salmon. Let's give it to Hedwig. There's your vegetable sushi. Yes, I know the chicken one's next. Now the chicken. So this is the one where I tried to flatten the rice out more to try and get it all the way around. So hopefully we will see rice all the way around the chicken. I get this one feels pretty solid, so that's nice. So let's see how we go. A little bit of a crunch to it. Let's have our look. So the chicken sushi, looking at this, you can see rice almost the entire way around. So smushing the rice flatter was definitely what I was supposed to be doing. It's still, the chicken and the vegetables are still kind of poking to one side, but I do think that's a lot closer. It's a lot more packed in, and it cut a lot nicer. So I'm gonna put this about the same score as the vegetable sushi, but maybe a little bit higher because there's meat in it. It's our 3 different sushis cut up, ready for the taste test. I'm gonna take Hedwig's plate because Hedwig doesn't actually eat, because Hedwig's a toy. And for the taste test, I am using my accident-prone chopsticks. We're gonna start off with the salmon sushi. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't 100% know the proper etiquette for chopsticks. So if I offend you, I'm sorry. But we're gonna grab that, little bit of soy sauce on it, and then we're just gonna shove the whole thing in because I don't think it'll survive me taking a bite. Two things. One, it's sushi, yeah? The texture's there. That's sushi texture, yeah? That one fell apart a bit because it wasn't packed as tight, but it's sushi. Second thing, I put way too much sriracha mayo on that, and I put about the same sriracha on all of them. So that was the salmon. So next we go to the vegetable. I don't know whether the pumpkin is fully cooked or not. I literally just chucked it in some water in the microwave. But again, we're going down in one because I don't think it'll survive being bitten in half. See the Pop and Cook and ice cream video for translation. So the coolness of the cucumber plus the heat of the sriracha is delicious. I gave the vegetable sushi a soft pass to begin with, but I'm giving it a solid pass now. It might not have the look that I wanted, but the texture is there. That flavor is brilliant. So the last one is the chicken. Out of the 3 of them, the chicken one is the one that's holding its shape the best. Pose for thumbnail. Out of the 3, this one's holding its shape the best in the chopsticks. And as I said, this is the one where the rice goes all the way around, most of the way around. So I'm feeling pretty good about this one, actually. A little bit chuffed. So here we go. Down in one, which is going to be very crunchy. I'll see you on the other side. The sriracha in that one. The cucumber, it does nothing. And that brings us to the end of that. Sriracha is really hot. That brings us to the end of the Malachi Makes Sushi video. Thank you very much for suggesting it. If you've got any more suggestions for stuff you want to see me cook, chuck them down in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video if you haven't already. But for right now, as always, Frost Squad, have a good day, have a good life, and I'll catch you all down the road.